How to find your purpose in 2 simple steps. These are the exact same steps that I've taken to go from completely lost to now having absolute clarity and using my exact purpose. Step number 1, know thyself. Socrates once said, "The unexamined life is not worth living." So why do we need to know ourselves, and how does it relate to our purpose? Look, the truth is this: you can't find your purpose without knowing yourself. Please think about this. Okay, let's take a step back. Have we learned in school how to find our purpose? How to plan and organize our lives? How to know what we are really good at? What our genius is? Where our talents is? How to harness that as kids, as teenagers, as adults? No, we haven't learned this. Now, how are you supposed to know your purpose when society has conditioned us to not think deeply about those questions? And no wonder most people feel lost and directionless in life. And because most people haven't taken the time to deeply think about what they really want in life, as a result, we submit to society's seduction. Money, power, fame. We scroll on social media, we are on Instagram, we see the guy with the chicks, with the fame, with the money, with the business, with the chat, and we compare ourselves to that ideal, the ideal that society has created for us, and then we think that's what we're supposed to want. And then we live a life of imitation rather than creating our own path in life. Now, with that being said, we understand that we get to know ourselves first before we can truly find our purpose. The question becomes, how can we know ourselves? And for that, I'm going to be honest with you. You don't have to quit your job and go on a 1-year vacation to Bali or Southeast America on a backpacking trip to find yourself. Because quite frankly, that's what I planned to do in 2019 before this whole global event happened and stopped me doing that. And I still found my purpose by using the power of personality tests. Yes, you have heard me right. I know you have probably taken personality tests and you might think, oh, I've taken those already and they didn't help me. I'm still not clear. Now, there is a better way to use personality tests, and I speak from experience because over the years I've taken multiple personality tests and they gave me tremendous insight into myself. My favorite one is the Myers-Briggs personality test, and I like this one a lot because it gives you like an archetype that personifies your character traits. And quite honestly, I found the results of this test shockingly accurate. The second personality test that I recommend you to take is the Principles You by Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio is one of the biggest hedge fund managers in the world, and he wrote an incredible book called Principles by Ray Dalio. And similar to the Myers-Briggs, you have an archetype that personifies your character traits, your strengths. And I found this one very useful because it interconnects to other personality types, especially in a business and organizational setting. And it gives you very good clues on what your strengths and weaknesses are. The third personality test that I recommend you to use is the Big Five. And the Big Five is the most scientifically proven one and usually the one that they use in psychology. And this test is different than the Myers-Briggs and Principles You because it focuses on 5 major traits. Now, what you want to do with those personality tests is, first of all, ideally you have taken all 3 of them. Then you want to compare the test results because each test is different. And what you are looking for is to identify patterns of your character traits, of your strengths and weaknesses. But I will focus here on the strengths. So if we look at my test results from the Myers-Briggs test, I'm more extroverted than introverted. I score high on intuitive. That means I tend to be someone that is more focused on the future, and I'm more a thinker than a feeler. I scored higher on judging than prospecting. So if we go over the Principles You test, I'm identified as the shaper. I'm not going into detail with that, but we can see clearly some relatability to the other test and patterns. And if we go over the Big Five test results, we can also see some patterns here. I scored also here very high on extroversion. Conscientiousness is high. My tendency to be more organized and more planner than a spontaneous guy. Now, we don't want to overwhelm ourselves and really analyze ourselves, because these test results are about 80% accurate in my opinion. And the goal is not to dig into details on who am I and what are my weaknesses and obsess over it. The goal is just to have a quick snapshot, because this is exactly what those personality tests are, and they are not permanent. This is another thing that I want to address. You can change your personality, it is not permanent, and this is backed by some very good science. So just because you are identified a certain personality type doesn't mean you can change. So now that you have a better understanding of yourself and hopefully more clarity, the second step is the life purpose equation. What you love to do plus who do you want to help plus what do people want or need plus how do you transform those people's lives equals purpose. So based on my personal experience and the journey that I've gone through to finding my own true purpose, you need to have those 4 components in the equation answered. Now, the first question you have to ask yourself is, what do you love to do? Now, this question is not so hard to answer for most people, because these are usually our hobbies, things that we love to do that no one else is telling us to do, things that we find enjoyable, and usually you have more than 3, 4, 5 things that you love to do. But we need to focus on the one thing. And to get more clarity on the one thing that you love to do, you can ask yourself, what's the one thing that I feel obligated to share with people? So for me personally, it is sharing personal development information. I love doing this. This is my hobby. I love to learn, research about different topics on how to maximize your life. So the second component of the purpose equation is, who do you want to help? Ask yourself this. Now, there have been a lot of studies done over the past years on happiness and fulfillment. And they have found out that the people that are most happy, most fulfilled, most productive, they are the people that are helping other people. Because a life purpose is not complete, in my opinion, without helping other people. And usually the people you want to help most are people similar to you. People who have similar interests, people that have gone through similar experiences. So the question is not who you need to help, it is who you want to help. So you have the power of choice to identify the people that you truly want to help. So for me personally, the people that I mainly want to help are ambitious people who want to live extraordinary lives. And this is exactly what this channel revolves around. The third question is, what do those people want or need? And here you can look back on your journey. Usually these are pain points or big desires of the people you want to help. To give you an example, the people that I mainly help are ambitious people. And the biggest problem they face is lack of clarity. They don't know the next steps. They have all this potential that they know they can realize, but they don't know how to do it. And that's exactly what I help them with. Think about your people. Think about the people you want to help. And identify their biggest desires, their biggest dreams and goals, and their biggest pain points. And the final component of the equation is, how do you transform those people's lives? Picture in your mind's eye how those people are transformed through your work, through your impact, through your help. Let's say maybe you are in the mental health space and you help executives overcome stress, and you picture yourself helping those people, how their lives get better, how they have more fulfillment, how they have more happiness, how they have maybe more productivity. So finally, if you have answered those 4 questions, you have found your life's purpose. And there's probably one big thing that is holding you back in this process. I can talk about this because I've been there before. And it is perfectionism. It has to be a certain way. I have to know exactly how to answer it. No, you don't. Just answer the questions. Even if the answer is vague, just write something down. You get clarity with time. Don't overthink it. What you love to do is not that hard to find. Usually your hobbies. Just write something down. Who you want to help. Usually it's people that were behind on your journey or people that are similar to you. What do those people need and want? What do you want? What is your biggest desire? What things have you gotten? And how do you transform those people's lives? If you answer those questions even vaguely, you have found your life purpose. And the one thing again that is holding you back is it has to be super clear. No, it doesn't. Just work with it and use that momentum if you have followed all those steps. With that, I conclude this video. I sincerely hope this video was valuable. If it was, I would really appreciate a like. Let me know in the comment section below what your biggest takeaway was and what topics should I cover next. Also, if you are an ambitious individual and serious about going to that next level in life, if you're interested in finding your exact purpose, using it, and mastering your mindset so that you can transform all areas of your life, and check the link in the description box below to apply for a free consultation to see if we're a good fit to work together long term. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you in this video.